Can you believe we are on episode 9 of Daddy Issues? Like season finale, Kesana. Yes, guys, so this is the last episode of season 1 of Daddy Issues. Before Niba said, because Nyanazi, we are coming back and it's going to be amazing. But before I break down all the amazingness, hello, Sanbanani. Welcome to Daddy Issues. I am Simzright, coming to you live from Tondowe 2C Media Production. Okay? Yes. We are on, I cannot believe we are on episode 9. So basically, on today's episode, I'm just going to tell you where I am in life today and how I have overcome my daddy issues. And then after this episode, please listen to me carefully, guys. Please listen to me. Ne? On season 2 of this series, ne? Because you guys want this series to carry on. Because I come to find out, I'm not the only one with daddy issues. You guys also have daddy issues. So you guys, some of you have approached me in my DMs and in the comment section and said, Sims, because you are such a good storyteller, why don't we send you our stories and then you'll do episodes of our stories? You know, have you seen those Reddit stories that people do on YouTube? So we'll be doing your stories like that, but I will be reading someone's story, but it's going to be like, it's my experience. And you know, I can tell a story because you know why? I was that girl in class. So, yeah. So if you've got a story that you want to give me anonymously and then we just share your episode, we're going to have 10 episodes in season 2. So I am waiting to see 10 stories in my DMs. All my details will be in the description box down below. You can WhatsApp your story or you can email your story or you can DM me your story and it will be on season 2 of Daddy Issues. Now, let us put our episode 9 kabo emunati a grand and we speak about where I am currently. Right. From episode 1 until episode 8, I gave you a character in each story that was a part of my life. And not that I did not see other people, right? But these characters were the ones that stood out in my dating life in terms of how I was and how I was unraveling, and growing as a young lady, becoming a woman, but not having a present father in her life. Like, I dated someone my age and we ended up having a baby because he provided that first love, that first, the stories I used to watch High School Musical. So it felt like I was in like a high school musical. So in that era of my teen love affair, like the father of my son was that Troy and I was his Gabrielle on High School Musical. It was that love that I had never felt from opposite sex because I had never been in a relationship with opposite sex. So my first relationship and my first painful heartbreak, came from that. And from that, I thought it was love like no other, with the father of my son. And then you remember that when I was in varsity. When I was in varsity, Bantase. But you know what, ne? In life, it's not that I want you to go to varsity because education and stuff. Besides getting educated, which is very important. Don't be like, we watch Sims and she said school's not important. School is very, very important. But I feel like living on your own, away from your parents' teachings, away from your grounding, like living on your own to survive on your own. Very character building, Sana. Very character building because you find out a lot about you. You see me, that part of my life, guys, and I want to like spend a little time on this part of my life. I go back to 20-year-old to 23-year-old me. I don't like that girl. I don't like that girl. That girl was male centered. Big domanje abafane kanda. Like in terms of I did not build friendships. I did not do sisterhood because I have sisters. I did not do sisterhood well because I was always chasing boys. I was always chasing boys. I could not find myself without a boy. I could not find myself without a relationship. And whatever that relationship was, I molded myself according to a relationship. Do you know that I started loving sports because my ex was a sports fan? I started becoming a soccer girl just because my ex loved soccer. I only started drinking wine because I dated a guy that loved wine. And then I became a wine connoisseur. I could tell you what wine does what to where to how. Not because I loved wine, but because my man loved wine. Everything that I ever loved was surrounded by men. It was centered around a man. I had no personality of my own. No, guys, sometimes we look back and we need to own up. We look back and we need to own up. I became financially responsible, Mina, because I dated that guy that sells those things who's under the jail. I became financially responsible because with money, he taught me how to use money well, how to save money well, how to be ethical with money. He got his money unethically, but he was very sensible and ethical with money. I got my good money habits from a guy, not because I woke up and I was, yes, I want to do. No. That's why I look back at old me, and it is sometimes sad to reflect on the fact that you had no personality of your own. There was a time where, there was a time where, let me tell you, these pictures that you're about to see, this whole phase of my life, this gothic phase, was inspired by a guy. Yeah, shut up, don't judge me, shut up. I'm going to explain nicely, so shut up. This one guy was so cool. Like, he used to be at our campus. You know yourself, Nkuli. He used to dress like so androgynous, like an Andre 3000. Like, he used to not conform to like how mainstream dresses, right? Me, that whole time being Faganje, I used to wear skinny jeans, leggings, tops, you know? I was just like a cute girl on campus until I started interacting with Unkuli, right? Unkuli and I never dated. That's why he does not have his own episode. But he influenced this era of my life, like this era of my life. Because why? He said, I loved Erica Badu. I loved Lauren Hill. I loved the dark, like the neo soul phase, those African like I wake up like I loved that. I loved that whole thing, right? But I was not invested in it. I was not invested in it. Good see, man, I'm going to the neo soul events. I'm like buying albums. I wasn't that invested until a man said to me, "This look would suit you. This is so you. I can see you being that girl." Do you know what happened from Monday morning? Yeah. Ki Erika. Ki Erika. Ki Erika. Ki Badu facials. Ki Jill Scott. Man, anytime a man said he was impressed by anything I ever did, I would play it up. I would play it up so much so that I'd forget, Hori, who am I even? Because it felt like I was stepping into a new character every time a new person stepped into my life. Because there was a time where, you guys remember I told you, Undila from the Fee episode. Undila, beka umchita, or golf. Undila, umfano sekasi. I sekuyim loyo. Sengiphuza black label. That's how I started drinking black label, by the way. Sengiphuza black label. Sengifuna ukudla amakota. Like I mean, where the wind blows, or well, let me say where the dick blows, yim loyo. Like it's just, and I know I'm talking to someone right now that is like, that is there, has been there, or is a recovering addict like me. You know, because the last time I had a personality was in grade 11. Grade 11 and 2020, from 2020. Kabang, all those other years, I was molding myself according to who I was with. I was with a DJ, beseng into ombiga DJ, sekuyimlong dlalisa ama exclusive manje. Sengikhalisa ingoma exclusive. Like date a nigga. Sekuyimi, you got served. Sing a kramba. Why? Like, why? You know? So this is why I wanted to spend more time like on this part of my life. My male-centeredness did not allow space for me to grow and foster other relationships that would have given me community in a sense of friendship, in a sense of society, in a sense of clubs, like social clubs, not like social clubs, you know, because if I spend time doing other activities, when am I going to see my boyfriend? When am I going to jola? If I'm going to play netball after school, you know? So my life, that's why I keep telling you, my life revolved around men and who I was with. So guys, it is very dangerous. It is very dangerous to have no voice of your own, no thoughts of your own, because when you have no substance of your own and your cup is clear, like you see how water is clear and has no color. Water takes the reflection of anything or whatever form you put in it. You know, we say the water is so blue, we're lying. It's a reflection of the sky. You put dye in water, it becomes whatever. You put dilutable, fagi oros, it becomes orange. You know, that's who you become. Because why? You have no substance on your own. So therefore, it is hard for you to show up anywhere on your own because ngingubani, mangiwan, you know? And the one thing I want to highlight that was dangerous about my male-centeredness, I put my friends in very scary situations in that era of my life. You know, we'd be out as girls having fun, and I would get a call from a guy, and he'd say, Nigupi. And I'm like, I'm 54 kilometers away. He's like, but I want to see you. I don't care who I have to step over, trample over, topple over to go to or Artambo. 55 kilometers away from Linseria. No, Google it. Imagine. Umfana wati. I want to see you now. Khuri, you are having a baby, my chomi. Kutikini ushonelwe. Manje wena moshonele mina ngajoli. No. Sala nomshono wako. Mina lo nyombona uyaphila. And uphila kunaphakati. Bakuphi manje? Okay, where are all those guys that I trampled over my friends for? Where are they? Where are they? Do you see them in my studio? It's just Bongani that's here. But it's his studio. But where are those guys? Where are the girls? Exactly. Exactly. So be careful that your male-centeredness does not lead you to being alone. Because you can feel lonely because you are alone. Or you can be with people and feel lonely because there's nothing. There's no substance. Because you don't know who you are when you are not with anyone else. And you don't want to be like me, like 10 years later, you are reflecting years later. And you're like, damn, I could have, should have, would have, could have. Because there's so many things that wouldn't have never happened to me. There would have been situations that were highly, when I tell you highly avoidable, because men are very flammable. There's so many situations that could have been highly avoidable. But because I always need to find myself, when it says oncoming traffic, that's where I need to be incoming mean. Go oncoming mean in. You know? All because I need to be someone's attachment, someone's crutch, someone's this. It sucks a lot. But guessing for ukujaja nina angithi sihleli la sonke sakhuluma ngam. And manje sesiqedile ukukhuluma ngam. So please send through your episodes, guys. I cannot wait to hear what you guys have in store for me. And I have a feeling, Khori, your stories are even more wilder than me because, first of all, my stories were in front of my camera. My mom is watching me. My family watches me. Even though I say a lot and they've seen my life. Luckily for me, I did not live my life in secret. I did not live my life in the dark. So that's why when you see my mom commenting, my sisters commenting, my friends commenting, it's because this is my diary, guys. YouTube diary. And the people that comment are the people that saw me through these episodes because when they were living these episodes in real time. It's also like, I don't want to come on YouTube and like, you know, when you come on YouTube and you just start making up stories, like I really admire those people. Like, so when your life is only online, so no one knows you in real life for you to be making up such stories. I admire people that come and just make up stories. And it's like, wow, Sophia the First, wow, Dora the Explorer. And then people are like, when did this happen? You know? But yeah, so as Kulmen Nganik, I'm so sad that this is the last episode of season 1. But I hope you really, really enjoyed season 1. And I hope these last 2 episodes, we got time to sit and reflect because there was a lot to reflect upon. And listen, may our hearts continue to heal because healing literally is a journey. It's going to be difficult. I know. But it's a continuous journey. For as long as umoya usahlangane nomphefumulo, it's a everyday to learn. You know? So I cannot wait to get those episodes. Don't forget to use my details in the description box down below. And Bangani, do you want to share your studio with the people or usacabanga?